Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Spirit Bubble with Kara.
And Alma.
You might notice my audio is a little bit clearer now.
Yes, yes, I love it.
Yeah,
Because
I got it.
somebody got a Christmas present.
Yeah, Santa did bring me something that I needed.
How cool is that? Merry
I
Christmas.
know. Right. Well, I mean, for the longest time, I've always told myself, oh, I don't really need it because as long as the message got out, that was what was important. So therefore, I wasn't really super concerned about my own personal audio quality. But, it's kind of nice to have something equally good.
It is. It really is. I can understand. It's nice to have that equipment because you are doing this regularly. So it's good to have something uh good quality to do your regular recordings with.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm grateful.
For sure. For sure. That's
Yeah.
a great gift you got.
Awesome. Did you get anything special?
Well, this year I got to enjoy a good Christmas with my family. We received my gifts were baked goods from loved ones, but my husband and I, we don't really exchange gifts. We just enjoy the holiday together, and our time together is what's special to us. But the kids, what makes me happy on the holiday is really getting to see the kids enjoy their holiday. And so that's what was special this year. They, like
Yeah.
other years, they really had a good Christmas, and that leaves my heart
Um,
happy.
that's awesome, though. That's awesome. Just the joy of the holiday with the family and knowing that they're enjoying themselves. That's awesome.
Very much so.
Yeah. But today we wanted to get together and discuss something that I feel like is very relevant to the next holiday that's coming up, which is New Year's.
Ooh, I can't believe it's already there. Just we're on
Mm-hmm.
around the corner and we're at a new year.
2023 is literally right around the corner. And I know one of the things that a lot of us tend to hit is something that is commonly referred to as rock bottom.
Hmm.
It's
Yes,
when,
I've been there.
yeah, when you set all your goals, you've tried to make something work, and it just all crumbles apart and just loses all the potential and the energy, the possibility that it could need.
Hmm. And everything falls down, and no matter what you do, you just can't seem to pick up the pieces and put it back together. And
Right.
it's kind of almost like a hopeless feeling state. And so it it's rock bottom because you feel like you can't get any lower.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right down to the bare stone of everything. Um, but honestly and truly, I see rock bottom as a very important and beneficial step in what's necessary in building ourselves. Because let's say you've been trying to maintain a certain you for so long, or a certain expectation, or a certain lifestyle, and it's just not working for you, and it all crumbles apart, right? Well, you know what? That provides you a new foundation, and it also provides you a new wisdom and the knowledge that you gained from when you saw it fall.
Hmm. Absolutely. It learning, it provided you lessons to learn and grow with. Because even if what everything you've been working on didn't work out, now you know the results of your efforts, and you can take
Mm-hmm.
that information and use it to work better in the future. So while it may not have panned out the way you wanted it to or the way you thought it would, it did turn out in a way that can help you work smarter in the future.
Right. I mean, it's like, let's say you take an old building, right, that is no longer up to the standard code. What do you have to do to the building first? You have to destroy it, right?
Mhm. Yep.
So when you destroy it, you're back to a foundation and you can rebuild it better than it was before. So rock bottom, is really a place in your life that actually helps you more by helping you to realize a different direction or a different value that you needed to take on.
Exactly. It tears you down to your foundation so you can rebuild in the right direction.
Right. I know, like for example, in my life, we were kind of in between job situation, and we had been trying to maintain this place that we were living in, and it's just that every single month that passed, it was like the savings dwindled more and more and more, and less ability to maintain those bills that required to stay where we were, until it just ultimately ended up where I could no longer even maintain it at all. And we had to move. We had to move back into our parents' house. We had to rebuild our finances. But in that process of doing that, it opened up our eyes to the results of the life that we were trying to maintain and how it wasn't actually as possible as we thought.
Oh, yeah. And so that rock bottom moment gave you a stepping stone
Mm-hmm.
on how to move forward in the future.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's definitely a very important thing. I don't know if everyone necessarily experiences it. Would you say everyone has a moment like that in their life with something?
You know, it's hard to say if everybody considers they have a rock bottom moment because, we all go through highs and lows. So
Mm-hmm.
at some point, everybody, I think, has been through a low moment. But does everybody get to that rock bottom low that really shakes their core to their foundation? I don't
Right.
know. I really don't know. That's a good
Right.
question.
But and even if you didn't, would you be as wise as you could be without that?
No, I don't think so because really hitting that that low, like we said in previous episodes, when you go low, there's ebbs and flows as the pendulum effect. As low as you go, you're about to go as high when the flow comes, when you swing forward. So the rock bottom, it takes you really, really low. But coming from that low, you can go to a significantly higher place of being as you put yourself back together. So it takes you from one extreme to the other if you just work things out.
Yeah. And wouldn't you also say that it instills a sense of appreciation for the things that you have too?
Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, it definitely does because, when you're going through that rock bottom moment, you feel like you're losing everything. You've lost all sense of control and it's not you don't have what you once thought you had, and so it makes you appreciate what you really do have all that much more.
Redefining your values, Like, let's say if you did lose that home, kind of like what we had, um, learning to appreciate that we have a roof over our head, even if it's not ours, and then learning to appreciate the opportunities for jobs and the opportunities that we have for the savings and stuff, because that's the thing that really dragged us down when we got in between. Is we thought, oh well, as long as we have this job we can maintain, when the truth is we were making exchange that we didn't know what the price.
Yep. It's really hard. Sometimes we get into those situations and we kind of we delude ourselves into thinking we can maintain it, right? And when really the writing's on the wall that we need to make that change and rock bottom comes because we won't allow that change to come. And so, in resisting the change that needed to happen, rock bottom comes and shakes you out of your stasis and forces your hand to make the
Mm-hmm.
changes that were long overdue.
And I know a lot of us are really stubborn.
Aren't we though? Yes. We're
Yes.
all it's funny because like the norm is change. Change is always happening, but so much of our society and culture is about trying to set up routines and rituals and regularities that nail down what's going to happen in every moment. And that's just not how it's happens. Change is always constantly going on, so you can't always know what the next moment is going to hold. So it's funny how that is. So like, now that we talk about that, it makes me think that rock bottoms probably happen to a lot of people more often than we think, just because we're so stuck in the mindset of trying to resist change. And so
Yeah.
the more you try to resist change, the more likely you're to have a rock bottom moment to shake you out of that resistance.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Like we were too stubborn and resistant to ask for help or, to make a resolution, and then bam, we can no longer do this. Forced out of that. And essentially you could say that's like a universe's way of putting a situation or a change in our lives that we are unwilling to accept.
Can you elaborate on that?
Like, let's say, for example, um, think of a good example here. Let's say, for example, I decide that I don't need to lose weight. And I think, okay, well, it's fine. I'll be okay and I'll just deal with everything. But I don't want to exercise and I don't want to eat healthy and I don't care, right? But then suddenly, a few years later down the line, it turns out that I get this health condition that's weight related, right? You get a bad
Ah,
news, and then you realize the price of what you had paid for that stubbornness that you had reluctantly put in, despite all this
yes.
advice. And then it pushes you into a situation where, like, okay, well, if I don't do this, I could die from this other thing.
Yep. Yep.
And I don't want to
And
die, so therefore, I'm going to have to change the way, like I should have done years ago.
gotcha. Now I see what you're saying. That makes sense. That does make sense. Like it, I think, it's funny because I think usually we know what the right way is to do things, but out of that resistance to change, we stubbornly stick to things that no longer work for us, even though we know we should be doing things differently. We just stick to those same old rituals and routines and just stay in stasis until rock bottom moments come to shake us out of them.
Right, right, absolutely. That's why I say I feel like they become a necessary step in personal growth too, because we're all going to carry that little bit of resistance that's going to hold us back from something in one
Hmm.
aspect or another. And because we're human. We like things going our way. We get comfortable with the way that things are, with the way that we know things, and like you said, adapting to change. Not a
Yep.
lot of us are very good at doing that.
No, I agree.
Yeah. So, taking into this New Year's, it's a good opportunity. I know that a lot of people they set New Year's resolutions.
Hmm. I do that as well.
Okay. What is your resolution?
I think this year I want to focus on being healthier. I did get the bad news bomb from blood
Ugh.
test results.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to focus on some healthy eating, healthy exercise. Um, and so I've I've done a lot of focusing on my spiritual wealth and health, but I've ignored my physical health and wealth. So I need to turn towards that and balance myself a little bit more. So 2023 is looking towards the physical to get that in line.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be focused on adding in smaller healthy habits. I think Trying to do the gym a little bit more often. Now, I'm not going to promise 5 days a week. I already know. I
Right.
already know I'm not going to be able to give you that now. So let's not set the bar too high.
Yeah, be realistic. I think it's good to set goals, but I think it's good to set realistic goals, something that you
Yeah.
know you can achieve. Because even though you might want to do more, if it's not going to happen, why set the goal? Like, what's the point in that? To make yourself feel bad that you didn't get something you knew you wouldn't do, you
And
know?
then you quit.
Yeah, yeah. And what's the point? So I
Yeah.
definitely think it's a good idea to set goals that you know you can achieve, that you're likely to work towards. And then
Right.
maybe a stretch goal just in case you want to keep working after you hit your goal.
Yeah. So you're just really taking this opportunity to look into the new year's, to look and see what areas you may have gotten close to rock bottom at, and it can really open your eyes to the goals that you need to set, the changes that you need to make, That phrase, new year, new you.
Yes, I like
Yes.
that.
Yes. By just really focusing on what you've fallen on and getting to know where your weaknesses are, you can really kind of change that where you won't have to hit rock bottom again. Taking those downs that this year has given to you in order to strengthen yourself against them instead of just caving in.
Yes, I think that's a good point you make. By taking the lows and learning the lessons that the lows bring, it helps prevent you from needing to go any lower, right? Because if you learn your lessons, you're making sure you're taking the best step forward in the future. So no rock bottom needs to happen if you're already making the best step forward.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Um, you guys, let us know about your rock bottom moment that you may have experienced that really transformed your life. What did you learn from it? Where did you go from it? What changes did you make to fix it? What are your goals for the new year?
We would love to know. Leave a comment and we'll definitely respond to you and start up a conversation. So,
Absolutely.
yes.
With this clear voice. Ah.
I love it.
Yes. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Looking forward to seeing you on the next one. And until then, y'all have a lovely day and Happy New Year.
Have a good one.
Yay!